Today we're going to be giving you 10 tips to train your resume so that it is the best it possibly can be to get jobs in this new year. We're going to be teaching you how to get jobs with the most optimized resume with 10 resume tips and trends. Why listen to me? Well, my name is Will, and I've helped a lot of people improve their resumes and get job applications, job offers, job interviews in the digital marketing and marketing data analyst space. I've helped and coached many people. I do this for fun on the side while working full-time in the industry. I've worked over 9 years in digital marketing agencies. So let's just get straight into it. Tip number 1. Stop listing random facts and responsibilities. Instead, lead with numbers-driven results. Anyone and most of your competition, the hundreds of other job applicants, most of them are just listing random facts, fluff that anyone just adds to a resume. This doesn't make you stand out. It's just filler keywords that doesn't mean anything. What's actually going to stand out is you saying in plain English with real numbers how you actually drove results that they care about. Now, it depends on the job title and the job responsibility and industry. I cover how to find that out in other videos, but for digital marketing, let's say, they usually care about stuff like revenue, lead growth, engagement, follower account, views. So if you can say, I increased follower count by 35% for this client or this company I worked for, that's going to be very impactful. Number 2, your resume is a sales page. It's your time to shine and show what you have done. It's the what, the how, but it is not a life story. It's not a biography. And this is something where people make the mistake on the interview as well. The employer, they don't care about your life story. They don't care that you grew up on a farm and you played baseball and you love Play-Doh and Legos. It only matters so much as how it's going to help them. People are selfish. You are selfish, in fact. You're saying, give me the job, do this and do that. That's human nature, but that's not effective. The best move is to empathetically understand this guy is selfish. How can I cater to what he wants and talk about what he wants, not just random facts. Number 3, optimize for the hiring manager in plain English. What I mean by this is there's oftentimes way too much technical jargon that shows up on a resume. Just like when you're writing an essay in college, these things just pop up where you're just adding all these very complex multi-syllabic words that don't mean anything. And it just serves to confuse or befuddle people and add space to a page. But really, you got to think about it from the hiring manager's shoes. They want this job done. They want to know that you can do it. Prove it. What can you say in plain English that they can easily understand? The opposite is not the right approach. So people think that, confusing or adding all these keywords and jargon, it may help with the ATS system, the applicant tracking system, but at some point, a real person is going to read this and it's not going to stand out if it's just a bunch of jargon. Number 4, show proof and not just passion. I get it. You like this job. You're passionate about this job. That's important to you. But most other competing candidates, your competition, they are also passionate about it. So show, do not tell. You can show through a portfolio, side projects, what you have accomplished. Maybe even an Instagram or YouTube account you grew if you're doing social media marketing. You don't just tell by saying, I am good, I'm hardworking. Anyone can lie and say that. Number 5, one page is still the gold standard. What I mean by this is that especially these entry-level employees, these candidates, they think they need 6, 7, 5, 4, 3 pages. when in reality, you don't have enough work experience to show that. And in fact, a lot of very successful candidates who get multi-six-figure jobs in tech and management and business, their resumes are one page. So if they can say very impactful stuff, even though they've had a much longer work experience than you, then why do you need 3 or 4 pages? If you do, that's probably a sign that you have a lot of the fluff I was talking about. Number 6, cut the fluff with the font style. What I mean by this is people obsess over the font style. Like, okay, maybe if we do Helvetica instead of Times New Roman or Arial, or this study showed that there's like a 5% greater response rate if you use this font over the other. That is minutia. Those type of things really have zero effect. Choose a basic, simple font that is very readable, whether that's Arial or Times New Roman, and that's good enough. That small thing is the same as saying, oh, if I bought better running shoes that are like $20 more than my current shoes, they'll give me that extra boost because there's more cushion, without really ever thinking maybe if I just got out of the house and ran more often, even though I only run once a month, that's going to be the game changer. You're focusing on the wrong things here. Okay, number 7, use strong verbs that signal seniority. This kind of goes into the jargon thing, but it's also more about action verbs and things that actually show you're taking charge. It's showing signs of competence and success. So instead of I did this, I conducted this, you can say I drove, I owned, I led, I scaled, I negotiated, I got promoted too. And just the framing of the same thing. I even made the same mistake. I forgot to mention that I got promoted to a future role. I just said, now I'm working here. Those things can be missed if you don't highlight them. 8, remove anything that makes you look like a junior. So, yes, it is good to be honest. If you are entry level, it is what it is. But what I really mean by this is cut the irrelevant stuff out of your resume. Yes, for example, for me, I did a bunch of different things, but I didn't include them on my resume. It wouldn't fit in one page and it wasn't impactful or relevant to the story. For example, I was a soccer referee for many years. I made some good money during that time of my life when I was in high school, much better than my peers, which showed proactiveness. But do they really care? No, they don't. Cut it. I volunteered for a couple organizations in the agriculture space during university. Do they care? Okay, maybe it shows some type of selflessness, but it wasn't as impactful as some of the big things. If there's 5 to 10 different random facts or things about you, you better choose that one thing that's way more impactful than the others and make sure that gets included before any of the others. For example, if it's you volunteered at a soup kitchen, you have a dog, you like cotton candy, and you grew your buddy's Instagram and TikTok from 1,000 followers to 500,000, you better include that last one. That's the one that hiring managers actually care about. The rest, it's probably not that important. Number 9, don't over-obsess over the design. In fact, keep it plain. People, once again, just like the font, think that a very fancy design for the resume is really going to make a big difference. They don't really care about that. They care if you can do the job, if you're going to excel, if you're going to hit the ground running, and you have the skills and you're smart, or you're able to pick up and learn those skills quickly. They don't care as much, not even close, that your resume has this nice blue font that has a little pixie animation in the corner. That is just distracting. In fact, I've studied some successful resumes, people who've, once again, I mentioned, gotten 6-figure and sometimes multi-6-figure bonuses, equity, and compensation packages. And what I found is a lot of these people have basic white and black resumes. Nothing fancy, just gets the job done. Number 10, the last, but maybe one of the most important tips, the resume works with your networking, not alone. I'm kind of reaching here because this goes beyond just the actual document, but hear me out. If you're still applying through the front door and just applying through job boards and LinkedIn, you are probably screwed. You're probably doing it the way most other candidates, most average people are. And the result of that, especially in the day of mass AI automated job application softwares, is that you're going to be unnoticed in a pile of thousands of job applicants for one role. Many of these jobs, when you look at the statistics, they get hundreds of applications, sometimes even thousands, just for one role. And so, unfortunately, a lot of these get screened out because of, not passing the ATS system and not having the right keywords, which is already its own topic that I can talk about. But beyond that, it's just not very effective and likely leads to what you're seeing, which is the black hole of death, where you spend hours every day for months applying to jobs and you never hear back. You don't get an interview call, nothing. And so how exactly do you step out of it? You perform at a higher level by doing what top performers do. They don't apply through the front door, at least not all the time. They're doing effective networking, and that's another issue. People don't know how to network without being transactional, greedy, selfish. You network because most jobs are surfaced and fulfilled in the shadow market. That is to say, they don't even hit the main job boards because most jobs from most businesses are opened, shifted around the network first, the internal network of the coworkers and employees, fulfilled most of the time, and then the stragglers hit the job opening. So effective networking, which is another topic I'd have to cover in another video, is key to actually cutting through the noise and getting a job of yours, dare I say even a dream job. Hey guys, if you like these tips and you want to hear more, leave a comment about your next video topic request and I'll try to do a video to help you get the job of your dreams in digital marketing and data analytics. Also, if you're open or interested in coaching or you want to hear more first, I have a newsletter down below and links to my social media and website contact page. If you're interested in coaching or maybe you're not sure yet, but you want to learn a bit more, you can join my email newsletter and get free bonus tips there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.